Introducing Antioch Apartments, Vorna Valley, Lusaka. On this project, we are looking to build 22 apartments, which will be built on 2 plots. We've got plot A, the big plot, and plot B. Today we are going to look at the progress that we have made in 2024. With setting out here. This was during my visit in August with my trusted contractor, looking at the dimensions of each of the apartments. Okay, we have sound coming from this. During the 2 weeks, there is going to, so the paving. Yeah. So you've got the paving, so the cable will probably be there. So the guy will just a little bit of concrete there, and already you are on there. Yeah, this is a guard room. This is a guard room, and then going in here. Right. On the 9th of September, we installed 4G cameras. And so I will take you through and narrate some of the activities that were happening during this period. As you can see, we've started the backfilling of the 3 blocks. Now, each block consists of 2 apartments. They are semi-detached. On the 19th of September, as you can see, we had a number of loads of trucks that delivered quarry dust and stones. This is in preparation for us to start the slabs. On this day, we had the plate compactor on site and the compacting started. As part of the preparation for the slabs, we had to buy cement. So that's cement being delivered. All this arranged by our local supplier by the roadside. And shout out, really appreciate Phil Sinkala for all the work and the support that you have provided for us. You are a star. So you could see that the driver was aware that I was there watching him. On this day, we had to arrange for a taxi to come and collect the plate compactor because it failed. The plate compactor stopped working in the afternoon, and we were racing and trying to race against time to make sure that we deliver that so that we are not charged for the overnight stay. In this video on the 22nd of September, you could see that the slabs have started. So the slabs have started. That's a 1-bedroom apartment. That's plot B. The work as well progressing. So the slabs were completed by the 26th of September in plot A. So that 3 blocks with the next blocks remaining. So you could see there the excavations progressing very well. This is all in September. On this day, on the 4th of October, we started making our own blocks. So you could see there we were basically trying a small batch of blocks, and then we left them to dry, as you could see in the far end there. Those initial blocks were made using cement and river sand. But when we tried them, and I just used a drop test, which I've shown in one of the videos that I did, where you just stand on top of, somebody stood by on top of the slab and then dropped the block, and then blocks just disintegrated. So those were the first, that was the first batch of blocks that we made. As I said in other videos, we had to buy all the blocks for our substructure. So when we talk about substructure, that's the block work in the foundation. And for extra strength, we had to fill the blocks with concrete to make them solid blocks. Yeah. Really enjoyed working on this project, great project, and I hope you are being motivated, encouraged to build back home in Zambia. Now, having the camera on site gives me an opportunity to be there. On this day, I was interviewing the first 3 people that came in to make blocks. We had a number of people that came in, and we had to interview them just to make sure that they understand what they are doing. So you could see there is the foundation block work progressing there. In plot B, we started as well the foundations, and we were doing the footing. This is the concrete that sits at the bottom of the trench. In plot A, you could see there by the 11th of October, backfilling started on what we were calling the second phase. Now, the reason why we are to do the works in phases, that is for us to introduce a break. So when you finish one phase, you can actually stop, pause, and then come back and reorganize yourself. Where the camera is mounted, this is the guardhouse, storeroom, and the toilet. So we use the guard room for a caretaker to sleep in, and we have the storeroom in the middle, which we use for storing all our materials. So when you look at the timestamp there, when it says 17, that's the UK time. That's actually around 19 hours Zambian time. So the guys have finished working in plot A. Backfilling continues, and we had to order gravel. A number of loads that we had to order, quite a number of. So once the foundations or the box is filled, there is watering of the material, and then thereafter you will see we had to hire a plate compactor, which worked very well. Very good service from the company that we hired that. Really appreciate. On the 12th of October, you could see that this is block A, this is plot B, and the foundation is progressing very well there. While it's in plot A, the backfilling is progressing very well. Meanwhile, the block work is now intensifying. We had established that the mix that we will be going with, and that's the foreman for the block work. This is my trusted contractor talking to me via the camera. Cement being taken into the guardhouse or storeroom. We do have even children because there are some people living next to where we are. So you can see this is plot B, and we have another load of possibly quarry dust or stones being delivered in preparation for the slabs in plot A. Again, the company that was supplying, or that does supply us with quarry dust and stones, cement, stones and sand and gravel, very good. Give them a call and they will be there. So as you can see, the hand mold is being taken by the roadside to be welded. It needed to be fixed. So they've spoken to me and I've said, go ahead and do it. So the camera allows me to actually see what is going on, and possibly, I think, does give me a presence on site. This is plot B. We are now preparing ourselves for backfilling. That's me talking to the foreman for the block, and you can see the blocks are now in full swing. The block making is in full swing. I wanted to speak to this man, so he came running. I could call him on the camera and he could come and talk to me.
Hello.
That's at the end of the day, and I want to find out how they are doing. This is Lamek, our caretaker. So on this day, I was talking to our manager, foreman. The plate compactor delivered and compacting progressing in plot A. That's me talking to our computer. Now, every time they deliver cement or materials, those are recorded in a book, and obviously they know that I'm watching. So it's really important that they record, and I know exactly what's on the side. That man was complaining that the people that are making blocks have taken the wheelbarrow and the shovel, so they wanted another one bought. So that's the beauty of the camera. So I could see the material being delivered. I ordered in the morning, the same day, within whatever, an hour or less than that, the materials are delivered on site. What a joy it has been. I can't complain about the guys that have been working for us here on this project. So I was asking the caretaker to say, where is everyone? Because I couldn't see them. Yeah, so he wanted to call them, and I said, no, that's fine, don't call them. Because they would run up there most of the times if I say I want somebody. But that's all good. Yeah, so that's what happens on site. I am. Oh yeah. So you can see that the slabs are all fully done on what we call phase 2 in plot A. The block work as well is progressing very well. And in plot B, you can see now we are busy preparing for the slabs. This is on the 25th of October, and slab work has started. More quarry dust, more stones being delivered. So now you could see that we have all the slabs by the 27th of October, and all we have now is the guys doing the block work, or doing the brickwork to continue making the blocks. So it's the beauty about these guys is they will come and work for 7 days continuously, sleeping on site, and then they'll break for after that for maybe 3-4 days, and then they come back. That really helped us a lot to make sure that we keep up with the number of blocks that we wanted. That's on the 4th of November, and we start using the other side of the slabs in plot A for blocks. So the builders have been away for this is the second week, and around this time the builders were building the wall fence for one of our subscribers or neighbors or friends here in the diaspora, and I've showed that wall fence. So they moved to that site while we concentrate on making blocks. So on site we had only the block makers on site, which was quite good. They had all the space, all the slabs to use. Now, this is what I talk about. You can use my guys to build and help you build. these are trusted guys. I can't complain. Everson, Piri, and the team are amazing. So you could see those heaps that they've made there. So they've gauged how many wheelbarrows of quarry dust and stone, and then put a pocket of cement on top. So they know that that heap should be able to give us an X number of blocks. Because the arrangement was for us to pay them the pocket of cement, but they had to maintain the agreed number of blocks per pocket of cement. And then later on, when we started twigging or playing around with the mix, we had to look at one pocket of cement to give us X number of blocks, because our blocks were coming out very strong. On this particular day, I saw young people there stacking the blocks at the far end here, but instead of putting them gently, they were throwing them, which obviously, as we know, every block, every kobo, every penny, every pula, every ngwe counts.
Are you going to deliver Paris?
So now we have our contractor back on site and looking and assessing to see if we have enough blocks.
But have you counted properly?
On this particular day, now we have a block making machine introduced and we are renovating it, repairing it. So I was asking the man what the plan was or what we needed to do.
What's the plan? Can you show me what's problem?
And I'm asking him to show me where the problem is with the machine. So he's telling me that we need to weld. Remember, we don't have electricity on site, so which meant that we had to hire a genset or a welder with a genset to come on site to do the repairs that are required to on the machine. But like I've always said, because of the huge savings that we are playing around with, we can afford to hire a genset for a day and do one or two things. So that's fine. But imagine if you have electricity and you can actually have electricity installed on site, which will mean that your blocks will be very, very cheap. But the problem with electricity around this time when we are doing this work in Zambia is because you can't actually rely on it. There are loads of load shedding. So we are saying, okay, there's load shedding, this is the direction we're going to go. We are not going to stop. So as you can see now, on the 15th of November, the work in plot B has started, and what you are looking at is a studio apartment, semi-detached studio apartment. This is 23 about midnight, and I went onto the camera and I could see fire at the far end there. Those are my block guys, and they were actually working at night trying to meet the target. So I zoomed in and I actually called the old man to come, and we had a chat and says, no, we just want to finish. But this shows you how dedicated these guys are and hardworking they are. So if somebody tells me that Zambians are not hardworking, I will refute that. I will say, no, that's not true. These guys can work. They were working up to midnight in the dark. Amazing. But To ensure the quality is right, we kept on testing the blocks. And as I said in the last video, these tests are carried out by the University of Zambia. So obviously you will know that they are legit results, and that's really important. This is plot B, and I normally would turn the cameras around, that's around midnight in Zambia, just to keep an eye on what's going on.
Okay.
So the block work is still going ahead, and beautiful rain day, so you could see the rains there. We had to work on our access road and to try and obviously repair it, because it was becoming inaccessible. Our sides were becoming, couldn't access our side because the roads were bad, but we did try to work on the roads, and yeah, that was okay. So you could see there the block work in plot A has started. This is plot B, more quarry and stones being delivered. The quarry is for the block making guys. To build the brickwork, we only needed cement and sand. Building sand. So some work being carried out on the roads there.
But why
So they're talking about, complaining that they don't have stones in Miala. So you can see more sand, more stones, and more cement. And we had to keep an eye on how many loads of stones and sand we were using for the blocks, and obviously we had to separate, make sure that the block work, we are not using any of that. Obviously we're using building sand, so it was easy. And cement, we were using superset, which is, I think they call it 42 or something like that. Superset is concrete cement. That's what we were using for our blocks. So when we finished using the slabs in all the two plots, we had to ask to use the slab outside. That is somebody's plot, and they allowed us to use that slab to make the blocks. But unfortunately, I can't turn the camera so much. I can only go up to there, so I can't see much as to what is happening down there. So I depend on the foreman or the contractor to send me videos of what is happening on that side, because there's a blind spot. I can't see. And they are back in plot A now with the block making machine. Beautiful to see that the work was being carried out and the guys were busy. We had 5 guys now employed to do the block work there. The block making machine is very fast, and if you don't have any problems, you should be able to make quite a lot of blocks within a very short period of time.
Right, so now this is the 30th of November. As you can see, we are just about 3 weeks before Christmas, and we have 3 slabs, which obviously consist of 6 apartments that need to be done in plot A. We're still making blocks and still testing the blocks. So the guy knew that I was on the camera and I was seeing what was going on. Now, just to say this, I don't sit on the camera all the time. I am working. The camera has a motion detector, so it's able to record and it's able to track faces. So on this day, these guys, the block making guys, are supposed to be back after a break. So I'm asking my caretaker if they are back. So you can see in plot B, the same progress has been made. The block work has been done to 3 slabs, which is again 6 apartments. In plot B, block work progresses back to using a hand mode. The 5th of December, my birthday, and you can see there's more work being carried out. Lovely evening in Lusaka, and I couldn't resist taking that shot. That was very nice as the sun set in. On this day, I was being shown that the mod had failed, so we needed to take it by the roadside to have it welded. Talking to the guys to stack the blocks properly. Block making progresses, continues very well. As you can see in the far end there, there's a plane landing at the Lusaka's International Airport, OKK. Beautiful morning. It says around 5, that's 05 in the morning, the UK time, but that's about 7 in Zambia. And the guys are up already working. So that man I don't know, so I have to speak to him because I don't know who he is. The man that was standing by the gate there, so I don't know him, so it seemed as if he's lost. So I asked him and I spoke to him. So the block making continues now, back with the machine, and the guys are moving. Same day, they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the time is around 17 hours. And in each row, there is 4 blocks times 33. So the beauty about the camera is you can change it to high definition, and I can count the blocks as well, because I am particularly interested in the blocks while they are interested in the number of pockets of cement. So numbers, and I need to make sure that odd by log, the numbers tie up. This is again in the morning, just to check on if everything is okay. So in addition to talking to the guys on site, I do speak to the foreman, I do speak to the contractor, and the contractor might be somewhere else, but because I've got the cameras, I have first-hand information as to what is going on. And I've got my caretaker, the man that is running around there. I needed to speak to the foreman on the phone, because I didn't want him to come to the camera. So I was talking to him on the phone there. So my caretaker went to give him the phone. It's really important to make sure that you are there. Your presence can be felt. So talking to this man every day. You know, it's very important to make sure that you do understand what is going on, because you are spending money, and every penny, like I said, counts. Every block is money. That's 12 kwacha. So you need to make sure that there we are, back to handmade blocks. Now, the reason why we were making sure that we continue with the handmade blocks is because the mold that we had for the handmade blocks was slightly bigger. The blocks were a bit thicker and slightly bigger than the machine blocks. So when you start using the handmade blocks, you continue with building with those until you get to the ring beam level where we are ending. But in terms of the mix, in terms of the proportions of cement and quarry dust and stone, it was exactly the same. And the two blocks from the machine and the handheld, those were being tested. And as you can see now, this is on the 20th of December, and phase 2 of our superstructure block work up to ring level is progressing. So we have about 5 days to Christmas, and the guys on site are busy, as you can see. On this particular day, I was looking at the quarry dust just to make sure that we have enough for the guys to continue with the work while we order some more. So the work progresses. There we have building sand delivered. This is the day after Christmas and the guys are back at work. Now, the reason why I'm talking about Christmas and making sure that I mention that, it just shows you the commitment that we are getting from the guys on site, and we make sure that we provide all the tools, all the materials that they need to continue working, because they are working extremely hard, as you can see. Another rainy day on the 28th of December. For us, this is really good for our blocks. think if you ask me, and if you've got blocks and you want to make, the best time to make blocks is around this time, unless you have well-established water system and you can, keep watering them, because the blocks need a lot of water. So for us, we are kind of happy that we have the rains to help us. So this is the last block being built. This is the 1 bedroom, or this is a studio apartment of phase 2. Now, to build one of these, the guys are taking 3 days. For a 2-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom semi-detached, they're taking 5 days. And then 4 days for a 1-bedroom, and then 3 days for a studio. So when I say 3 days, that's actually 2 apartments, 2 studio apartments. These guys are really, really good, hard-working guys. If you want to use these guys, get in touch with me. Or if you want me to help you deliver something like what we are doing here, let me know. The work is progressing very well, and I'm keeping an eye on the work. This is on the 29th of December. So the guys are now showing me the difference between the hand-made blocks and the machine blocks. Please remember to support us if you enjoyed this video by subscribing. Click the like button, subscribe, and smack that bell. And also, don't forget to support us by buying the book that is on Amazon, Building Dreams. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you do, please get in touch with me. Drop a comment in the comment section if you have any questions. God bless.